Hey guys, what is up? This is Q&A part 2 of me and my man. Um, this is Eric. He's my boyfriend. He is very knowledgeable when it comes to fitness and health and lifestyle and everything. He's like God when it comes to stuff. Oh my gosh, you're like not in it. Okay. So I asked my Facebook group, Ditch the Diet, Train Hard, which I will link below, to ask us some questions that we are going to answer for you in a live video. So if you don't know me, my name is Steph, otherwise known as ExoGingy, and I help women ditch the diet, train hard, and love their bodies. So we're going to get into it. Some of the questions are not like fitness related. They are like more lifestyle related. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So Faith is asking, she's a senior in high school and still hasn't figured out what she wants to major in. How do I choose a career in less than a year? So I think we both have interesting perspectives on that. I was the girl who like graduated high school and like went right to university right away and graduated, and then I came home and like took another program, and I did not follow through with what I had planned on doing whatsoever. So don't feel like you need to decide right away out of high school. Like you're still so young to decide what to do that you have time. So like whether you choose to go away and take something, you're still going to benefit from it because you're going to learn about yourself. Or if you take a year or two off to work and gain experience, you're going to learn about yourself and you're going to learn about what you like and don't like and what you want to do as a career. And in today's society, I feel like adults switch careers a lot more than normal. Like it's not normal to just like become a teacher and be a teacher forever or whatever. It's normal to like switch careers. So what do you have to say on that?
Don't rush it. That's what I would say. I came out of high school not really knowing where I wanted to go, and my mom said either go to school or work. So I picked work, and I worked for a few years, did my thing, started doing schooling for paramedic, and then I made the switch to go into the Army instead because I wanted to pursue other things. And it just sort of like came, and just when you know it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'd recommend always working first. That's just a personal thing for me. I think a lot of people these days don't work enough.
You've had like how many jobs since you were like 9? He's worked everywhere.
I got my first job when I was 12 years old, and I worked until I was about 16. Then my family got posted to Germany. I couldn't work, but I still come back in the summers to Canada and pick up some part-time work.
So there's nothing wrong with experience. You don't have to go to school right away.
I was getting pushed by most of like the counselors at school to go to university because I had the courses, had the grades, and I was like, no, because I'm not ready for that. I won't pay attention, and I like other things instead.
True that.
So, I mean,
all right.
I just decided to work instead.
So don't rush it and don't feel like you have to go to school. Just listen to your gut. Things will fall into place. Is there some secret to the way you guys stay as fit and toned as you are?
No, there's absolutely zero secret.
There's no secret. I wish I could sell you the secret potion, but there is none. We work hard and we eat.
There's no
okay. We eat okay.
I mean, aside from performance-enhancing drugs, which neither of us use. Aside from that, that's not even really a secret. You still gotta bust your ass on that stuff because I know lots of guys that use it, and don't get me wrong, it does not take away from any of the work they gotta put in. Usually they work harder in the gym than most people because of what they're on. They're busting their ass even more. So honestly, there's no secret. It's work hard every day, try and improve yourself every day. If you don't every single day, like people think it's just a 12-week thing or a 5-week thing, or that it's gonna click one day and it's gonna be so easy. I hate to break it to you, this shit's not gonna get any easier. It's gonna get worse. You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have bad workouts. Just keep going.
There's no secret. There is just training hard and eating well and enjoying the process. And that's why I always say find something that's consistent for you and make sure that you're continually progressing, because if you don't, then you're not gonna stay
just try to walk in the gym, work hard, and try and be better every day. You're not always gonna be better. You're gonna have days where you're worse. Everyone has days where they're worse. Usually, it's more worse than it is better. But some days you have better, and then eventually, over years, you'll finally start seeing the progress.
Takes a long time. It's not a week thing.
No.
What are some of the best and worst pre-workout and post-workout supplements? So I just take pre-workout itself, like the pre-workout supplement, C4, just an extra energy boost. That's what I take. And I also drink BCAAs during my workout and finish them after. Sometimes I'll take a carb shake, but that's not necessary. That's just like carbs that you, like powder that you mix with water. That's the same thing as eating like a banana or an apple. It's just that extra energy boost. But that's just if you want an easy supplement. I don't really know the worst. What's the worst you can take? Steroids. I don't know. No. Yeah. That's a different story.
So best, most important ones, supplement I'd say is not even supplementation, just calories in, getting enough food in for your body to actually recover and get stronger. That's most important. Once you have that dialed down, then you can start being picky with supplements. I mean, like pre-workout, sure, I love it. I eat it by the pound. It's like a ritual, more or less. It's more mental. It's like I take this, and it sort of just helps me get into the mood, into the mindset. So it's not even the fact of what it's doing. It's more about how I feel when I take it.
Yeah.
It's just a mental stimulant.
And remember, there's supplements for a reason. They're not absolutely necessary. No. Like Eric said, it's nutrition, it's calories, it's food. That's number one. If you don't have that in track, it's nothing's gonna work.
I've gone months without using supplements before. Yeah. It's not a big deal. No. You might, for the first day, you might be like, oh, it's not as good, but you'll get used to it. It's like anything. The worst supplement, anything that has to do with gonna make you lose weight in 12 weeks or whatever.
So any quick fix. Like something you're gonna buy, like Fit Teas or whatever.
Stuff that's like, take this every day and you'll magically lose all your weight without changing anything else. That's a load of shit. It doesn't work that way. If it does work that way, it's not good for you by rights. That's not meant to happen.
What is your favorite exercise and why? What's your favorite exercise? He has like all of them.
Well, it'd be more or less like
squat, deadlift.
Squat's one of my favorites, obviously. I like training legs a lot. It's a pretty rare thing these days. My best, I'll just break it down. Best favorite pressing exercise. Not actually the bench press, probably the floor press is my favorite, just because it's go a little harder. It's a lot less damaging on the joints, and it takes a little bit less like mental strain, body strain on. So you go a little heavier, a little more, and you can push a little harder. For legs, low bar squat. For back, could just be deadlifting or any kind of rowing. Is a lot of fun. I like rowing. Like heavy dumbbell rows. Yeah. Go as heavy as I can and try to force reps out. Those are a lot of fun.
Okay, I don't even know what my favorite exercise is. Benching. I think it's benching, and I think it's Romanian deadlifts at the moment, but it changes. Whenever I get really good at something, that's usually my favorite exercise. And that brings us to the next question. How do you bring yourself to train the part of your body you hate to train? For me, it's arms. I hate training biceps and triceps because I find it extremely boring. So I usually don't do it. But like today I did a little bit of it. I don't know. You just have to be like in the mood to do it, or like I like to superset stuff like that to keep me like focused or whatever. But like I don't know. Or for example, I used to hate like leg day. I used to hate squats because it was scary, because it was intimidating, because I wasn't good at it. But when you just have the mindset to say, okay, I want to get better at this. I want to strengthen this, exercise. You just do it. I don't know. What don't you like to train and you do it?
Well, so for trainings you don't like to train, the no bullshit answer is you just do it. But that, I get that, that's not the easier said than done. For me, example, I hate ab training. I hate it with a passion. I want nothing to do with it. I can never find the time to put the effort into it. Same with like calf training. So my advice for things you really hate training, find a way to indirectly train it with something you enjoy. So for example, I can train my core without actually doing ab work. I can sit there and do, beltless pause, like box pause squats, really work on core contraction. My core will hurt for quite a while after that. I can, for calves, things like that, hill sprints. Like there's lots of things you can do. Like overhead squats. If I hate training my rear delts, I think it's boring to reverse fly with 20 pounds. It's dumb and I don't have time for it. However, I will take the challenge of trying to overhead squat like 200 some pounds, which will train my rear delts. There's ways to train things indirectly.
Yeah, that make it more fun and less boring and less like you're
That's
focused on.
What I would say is find a way to make it fun.
What can you do if you do not go to the gym to tone up, and help on what the hell to eat for a picky person? So they want to tone up, but they're not going to the gym.
Well, if you want to tone, aka lose fat,
and build muscle.
Build some muscle. Go outside.
Lift heavy shit. Push heavy shit.
Get outside. I don't know. Find a tire. Find some pull-up bars.
There's only so much you can do at home, and I understand that some people can't go to the gym, and I understand that you have your dumbbells at home, but there's only so much you can do because you're going to get stronger, and then eventually your dumbbells aren't doing anything for you, right? Like, so
there needs to be a progression.
There needs to be a progression.
Low level, whether that's you going from 10 push-ups to 20 push-ups or 0 to 2, or go for a few click jog to a park or to a area that you're comfortable in. Find that has a place to do some pull-ups.
Or get a big tire and flip it up and down your driveway.
Get a backpack that weighs 40 pounds.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it, but you need to focus on strength. And going to the store and wasting your money buying dumbbells, honestly, in my opinion, is only going to work for so long because then they're going to be too light. I'm just saying.
Your body adapts very quickly.
Your body adapts to it.
Especially when you're beginning things. So if you have a 10-pound dumbbell, it will take you like 2 weeks, and then it will do virtually nothing for you.
Exactly.
You're just going through motions.
You need to progress.
Some progressions. Yes, you can do calisthenics, you can do isometrics, 100%. But my experience and everything I know about it is to grow muscle, to build muscle, you need to create some kind of massive anabolic stress on the body, which is why heavier lifting and heavier sets build a lot of muscle because it puts a ton of strain on your muscle,
your ligaments. That's why I tell my girls to lift.
Joints, and that makes your joint remember, it's also a joints, tendons, and ligaments.
Yeah.
Heavy lifting, contrary to your belief, is actually very good for your joints and tendons and ligaments. It strengthens them.
Hey everyone that's joined, give us some love. Any questions, you can put them in the comments. We're gonna keep going. What do you ever feel like not going to the gym so you skip a workout? Yes. We are humans. This happens.
Yes, it does.
Not all the time, but like
more than I like to admit.
Yes. Eric is quite lazy on some. Yeah, we're human. Like we don't feel like going to the gym. It happens.
And if you are skipping the gym, I used to get like frustrated about it. Had a bad day or whatever, and I slept or I passed out or just wasn't quite feeling it. And you know what? If that's what your body's telling you, listen to it. Don't freak out. Don't stress over it. If it's something out of your control, especially if it's out of your control, like it's work or something, you know what? Don't waste energy on it. Take the rest day.
Like when I was sick, I wasn't in the gym for like a week. I had no yoga for a week. I wasn't teaching for a week. And I was like, my body needed rest, but more than anything, I just wanted to get out of the house. But like I listened to my body and rested. So yeah, of course it happens. What is your opinion on fat burners? Waste of time, waste of money. Big waste of money.
So the fat burners is essentially high stimulants and caffeine to increase your heart rate, which increases your metabolic rate over your
Just drink coffee.
Your day. Actually, yeah, coffee, coffee, as long as it's like black, is a great fat burner.
That's not why I'm drinking coffee, by the way.
No, but it is something that you can take to help. Now, if you're a pro level bodybuilder and you're trying to reduce that 1% of body fat on your body, to be stage ready a little more, and your coach tells you to take fat burners, you take fat burners. Now, for the average person who just wants to be in shape and get fit, get stronger, absolutely not. You're wasting your money.
Okay, these are fun questions. I really like these from Hannah. This is our, do you guys have a fitness bucket list? We talked about this last night because, well, we talked about it before, but I showed him the question. So, one day, someday, we're going to go on a road trip and travel, and where we're going to go is dependent on cool gyms. So we're going to find cool gyms and drive to them.
Yeah.
And then just go gym hopping like across the country or across like North America. Yeah. That's our bucket list. So yeah, I don't know when it's going to happen. We're going to have to do some research and find some cool gyms, but that's what we want to do in the future. So what kind of music do you listen to when you work out? I listen to pop music. You listen to hard.
I listen to various things. If it's heavy and you get fired up, it's gonna be something very loud and very angry, to say the least, because I need to be in that kind of mindset when I'm lifting.
Eric is scary.
I need to be aggressive.
Eric is very scary when he works out. Good thing he works out most of the time at home because he's in his garage grunting to himself. But when you go to the gym, you also can be scary. Like today, you were like pressing, and I think you were like grunting or something, and like a lady was like looking at you, like, and I was just like laughing. I'm like, yeah, that's Eric. But
it's mindset.
It gets you in the mindset, yeah.
Being an aggressive mentality helps lift. It does. Aggression is huge. Use it when you need it. And
today I had some aggression in the gym.
Great.
And I did good. Okay, are there still exercises that scare you but you do anyways? Good question. I mean, I was scared of bench this year and then I started doing it. I'm not scared of it anymore. I don't know, am I scared? Like, there's certain exercises that I don't do, like the classic deadlift.
Yeah, I gotta teach you that.
But that doesn't scare me. I mean, it's just something that anything new you have to learn, so you have to take time and patience for yourself to suck at it. And I think that's the part that scares people, is that they're going to suck at something that's new. We talked about this on the way to the gym. I think that's the part more than anything that stops people from doing something, is just learning how to do it and being okay that you're not going to be the best at it for the first little bit. Is there anything for you?
I wouldn't say scared, more intimidating.
Yeah.
And that's any kind of really, like, challenging weight to move. Like,
yeah.
You overcome that by, I said, being aggressive. But it is intimidating. If you just lay down and you just lay down and let it intimidate you, it's going to crush you. You're not going to pull the weight. So being aggressive helps overcome that intimidation. Just go. That's how I do it.
Tip from Eric is just be aggressive, but it does help. I know. Just get mad. He's like, just get mad, and I'm like, I don't get mad, but it does help. How the F do you get the courage to do a pull-up?
Me?
Well, the other day, Eric was like, jump, do a pull-up, and I was like, okay, and I just did it, and I never really done a pull-up in my life because I stopped training to do a pull-up, like doing assistance work for it, and I have a strong back, and I was like, okay, I'll do it, and I did it. So you just have to, 1, strengthen your back, 2, do like assistance pull-ups. So either if you have a band, wrap it around your knee and the bar, so you have that support to lift yourself up, or if your gym has, what's it called, the assisted pull-up machine, whatever, do it like that, because that's the best way to your muscles to work that exact exercise that you're going to do. So you just get the courage by practicing. Get stronger. Do you ever not work out for 3 to 4 days, a week, or even 2 weeks? I'm so scared because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, etc., and it scares me not to work out for those many days.
Yes.
So yes, especially when things like that come into play, like when you have getting your wisdom teeth out, or you're on vacation, or if you're just not feeling it, or you're sick, or whatever. That happens. Those 3 to 4 days, even a week, 2 weeks, is not going to break your progress. You're not going to gain 1 million pounds. That's just life. And fitness should be a lifelong thing that you're doing. So a couple days, a week, 2 weeks is not going to break you. It's more of a mental thing for a lot of the girls that I know that are watching and are asking this question, is they're scared that you're gonna get fat. And that's not gonna happen. It's just plain, it's not gonna happen. Okay? Like, it's just, yeah.
I've had to take plenty of time off, whether it's work related, being in the field for a month, or going to exercise for a month somewhere else, going on a course for a while, like last year summer, right? And I lost like 30 pounds. Like these things.
He lost 30 pounds and he lost it of like muscle. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. After a year later, I'm finally back up to the strength and the muscle mass that I was at.
And even stronger
so
in some
it's
things.
taken me a year to recover from that.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's what I tell Steph all the time. Hey, it's okay. If it's out of your, don't get me wrong, if you're just being lazy and you skip 2 weeks,
it's a different thing.
Different story. Now, if it's out of your control, or it's something that you can't avoid or can't change, my big thing is do not let it bother you. It's
mentally.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Good question. It's a life journey, so one word
balance
doesn't matter. Be honest.
What are your favorite date ideas? McDonald's? Cheat meals? McDonald's? Movies? Netflix? We're the laziest people. We are honestly quite lazy. Out of the gym, we're pretty damn lazy. Cheat meals? Usually McDonald's and movies. We are so boring. You'll never see us at a club or a bar. Honestly, we are the most boring people in the world. Okay. Did working out together help each other's goals or distracted? Do you get more of a workout by yourself or together? At the beginning of our relationship, I hated working out with him. I did not want Eric around me because I thought he was going to judge me and be like, wow, this girl is freaking weak and sucks at shit. Honestly, like, it took a while for us to be at the gym together, and I would literally be like, what time are you going? Because I'm going before that because I don't want to be with you. And it was nothing against, it was just the intimidation. I guess earlier in our relationship, I didn't feel as confident with Eric beside me at the gym. Now, Eric has a gym at home. Most of the time, he works out at home, and I'm like, can you come to the gym with me? And now I enjoy it because he does motivate me. Like today, I was benching, and we did pause reps. He's there to spot me. It does motivate me, and it does help me. I mean, I don't really think I'm helping you in the gym with your strength, but I think you enjoy that I'm there with you. Oh, hey, how often should someone change their workout routine? I think, okay, this is something that I want to bring up. We can talk about it, but I think women think they need to change up their routine like every week.
It's not just women.
Well, not just women, but most of my audience is women, but people think they need to change up their routine like every week is, oh, I gotta switch it up, gotta switch it up. You need to stay consistent with something for a certain amount of time so you get strong and good at it. Okay? People switch up their routine and don't see progress because you're not building up that strength in whatever you're doing. And it's good to, in my 12-week program, we go through phases of the same workouts because you're focusing on form, you're focusing on technique, you're focusing on strength on those workouts, and then switch it up. So I think you might agree, have a phase when you're focused on building muscle, getting strength, getting stronger, right? Then have a phase if you want to cut a little bit, focus on adding in some endurance and cardio. It should not be switching things up every week.
Yes. On that, I wouldn't, honestly, your exercises you do, I've been doing the same body exercises for years. I don't radically change my exercise. What I do change is my volume, my intensity, and my frequency. So volume being how much weight am I actually, how many reps and sets am I doing per workout? Then intensity, how much weight am I using? And frequency, how often am I training that movement throughout the week? That's changed a lot. Right now, my pressing frequency is high with the intensity high and the volume's a little lower. Leg volume is high and the intensity is high, but my frequency is lower. So it's these things can flip-flop a lot. Stick to the basic movements. So your variation of a bench press and a variation. a squat and a variation, a deadlift or some kind of pulling and a variation, and then all that extra stuff you see like dumbbell rows, reverse flies, cable crossovers, that's all very. It's not that important. That's not the meat of. That's not the meat of your workout. That's just stuff to help stimulate some muscle around your area to maybe help you get a little stronger. Those aren't that important. You can do. It doesn't matter if you do reverse dumbbell fly, reverse cable fly, or you do some wide grip lat pull downs. You're still training the same area.
Yeah. So like you're always going to do the main lifts. You're going to focus, like Eric said, on maybe, going higher rep, lower rep, changing the style or whatever. But the way you train, not necessarily the movements, but the way you train should change so your body gets stronger and doesn't just get used to the same rep range.
If you're always going ridiculously heavy, well, you're going to burn out. You need to have some flip-flopping around and change how you're training, not the exercise you're doing. You should always, the reason you focus on the main movement like a squat, deadlift, and bench for your three, for example, is because those are the true movements that you can actually prove that you get stronger with those movements.
Yeah.
If you're doing dumbbell flies with 30s for 6 months and now you're doing 35s, flat might not, didn't really get that much stronger. But now over a year you see, oh, I started benching at for you 65 pounds. Now I'm pushing 100 pounds. Here is actual proof that I have gone stronger and what I'm doing is working. Mm-hmm. On the contrast, if you train for several months with your few cycles of your training program and you haven't gotten stronger, you now know that, hey, this didn't work. I need to relook at maybe I'm doing too much frequency and I'm not putting enough weight in the bar. Maybe I'm putting too much weight in the bar and not doing enough volume. So it's ways to actually analyze if you're being successful or not.
Right. Do you think kettlebells are good to incorporate into your workout?
For some things.
Sure.
There's kettlebell swings, for example, great posterior chain exercise, especially if you want to incorporate into some kind of high interval training. If you want to get, some HIIT training going on, even without doing it for cardio for less.
I love kettlebell swings.
They're great for your posterior chain, your glutes, your back, your hamstrings.
There's nothing wrong with that. Are there any exercises that you can do as a couple, like in tandem?
I can spot her, and she can spot me.
I spot him, but I don't do much. I'm just there for
in case it drops on my face.
Get it up, bro. Get that. Can you speak to the difference with having a partner who has the same commitment, investment to their personal health, like fitness, versus completely different? So I guess, is that asking?
I know what she's asking.
You do?
Yeah.
I can't because you're my first real boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, if she's talking about
a partner, yeah.
Well, if you're meaning a relationship partner, I'd say it's beneficial because we can sort of keep each other in check.
And we understand.
Having bad days, or she's doing things that I can.
Yeah, from the very beginning of a relationship, we understood about each other that we're very committed to our fitness and going to the gym. I said, hey, that's a priority to me, and it's the same to him. So when he's like, yo, I'm working out, I'm not going to be like, why are you working out and not hanging out with me? We never have that issue because we understand that it's both very important in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, when I have tough times, which is more often than Eric does, every second day, I need the moral support, and he gets it, and he can help me mentally more than anything.
And on that as well, it's values. Right? To me, why I feel it's important people should train is to me it shows that you care enough to not only take care of yourself, but to want to become better. And those traits carry on to things bigger, like if you're starting a family, if you're doing whatever, right? So those things are important to me, and they're important to her as well. Now, if you're talking about a training partner, I'm sure you're talking about relationship or training. If you're talking about a training partner, absolutely. I don't have really a training partner permanently. But I got one buddy, shout out to Jake Simpkins, who I was just in Halifax with a few weeks ago.
Shout out, Jake, if you're watching.
Probably isn't. Anyway, we have very, very similar mentalities, and he's stronger than I am in most things, and it's awesome. Like, we have the same train mentality. We train the exact same way, and it just leads to very, very intense training. Like, we can really push each other to be better, and I saw myself getting stronger in a month and a half with him. That little boost that made me a little bit stronger than I would have been maybe if I was on my own. So yeah, having a training partner that's at your caliber or a little higher than you, to be honest, is extremely beneficial, and I'd highly recommend it. If you can't find one, it's not a deal breaker either. Don't worry about it. I've been doing it solo for quite a long time, but every once in a while, it is really nice to have a training partner to really just
push you and
go hard with.
If you guys are on right now, if you have any last minute questions, shoot them out now. We answered most of them that I had in my group that I asked yesterday. They were really, really, really good questions, and I love doing this with Eric because we both have different perspectives. But I say this sometimes, and I say it to my women, whatever. You should train like a guy. You should have the attitude that most hardcore guys in the gym have, is to go in and with the mentality to crush it. I am going to crush my workout. Like, that is how Eric goes into the gym, is determined and focused. And, you know, in between sets, you tell me, like, focus and manifest and think about your next set. You're like, you know, and I think a lot of girls just don't have that mentality, and that's why I love bringing Eric on, because it gives you a perspective that it doesn't mean guys and girls should train differently. You should train the same. You should have the same attitude.
Yeah, on that, 100%. I always tell her, like, she'll finish a set and she'll start setting up her station for the next exercise. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's just like, oh, I'm just setting up. I'm like, no, sit on the damn bench and think. Like, just, especially on your main movements, like the primary movements, you should be absolutely obsessed with that movement for that period of time. You should not be thinking about anything else than what you're about to do. Because if you plan on hitting new PRs or really getting a really good set in, it's extremely important that you're focused. If you're just finishing your set, sitting up, and then walking, going getting water, or sitting on your phone or talking to your friend, and you go lay back down and you're set, it's not gonna be the same.
And that has helped me a lot, to be honest. Like, stopping in between and just thinking about my next set. It has actually improved my strength and my workouts, because I'm that much more focused on what I'm doing. So yeah, I don't know, like, that's like one of the best like pieces of advice that he's given me. Visualization, manifestation, like I talked about this yesterday, is just like the day that I hit my PR, my 100 on bench, the night before I was like in bed, like picturing myself doing it, and I did not have a good night's sleep, but I woke up the next morning and I was like, I don't care about anything, I'm going in there. I did 2 warm-up sets and I just like press, and you just have to be so focused and so into it that there's nothing you can do but succeed.
Exactly. Now, for women train the same as men, yes. For about 90% of it, yes. We should train virtually the same as men. Big compound movements, heavy lifting, etc., etc., etc. Difference is men have this great thing called testosterone. A lot more of it. Our body responds and recovers a substantial amount faster to very, very damaging and very intense lifts. So, like, we can hit a 90% to 95% 1 rep max every 4 weeks, and we'll be okay. Our body can handle that much stress because it can recover a little faster. Now, girls on their hand, since you don't have the same amount of testosterone, dial that down a bit. I tell her, like, she'll be like, oh, I want to go for PR again. It's like, it's only been like 5 days. You need to take a step back.
I get excited.
Which I know girls have egos too. So take a step back, think about it, push it 8, 10, 12 weeks.
I haven't went for a PR. Well, okay, today we tried and I failed because I exhausted my chest and then was like, let's PR, because I was excited. But yeah, we have a question. How much focus do you put on flexibility and stretching? Lately, not as much as I should have, because yoga is where I do most of my stretching and flexibility, going to yoga classes, but because of life and I was really sick, I've not been making it to yoga classes. You do really good with foam rolling.
Yeah, I do it.
and I've gotten Eric to come to yoga with me, but that's like honestly in that 1 week, a week and a half without going to yoga at least 2, maybe 3 times a week, I felt a huge difference in my entire body. Like my flexibility went down a lot. So it is so important, and I find the best way that I stay in touch with my flexibility and stretching is going to classes, because I have someone to follow. If I rely on myself to do it, I'll probably skip it, to be honest, because it's boring.
Well, for me, you remember how inflexible I was last year after my combat diver course.
Yeah.
I could barely touch mid-shin with keeping my legs straight, like folding over. Now it's great. I can hit palms on the floor, no big deal. It's easy.
Yeah.
So, and here's this thing, like why it actually is important, and here's some proof of it.
Why are people giving us mad faces? Who is that? Sorry, keep going.
Anyway, so the big deal is that because of my hamstring inflexibility, it was creating a lot of tension in my lower lumbar, and it was creating a lot of tension in my calves, actually. And when it came to high impact running, it was actually starting separating my tibia and fibia and causing a lot of damage down there. And it was for deadlifting and pulling, it was causing a severe amount of lower lumbar strain. So I dropped I lowered my pulling weight and squatting weight a lot, and I spent a lot of time on stretching, especially the hamstrings. And now I don't have any pain for damn near anything I do anymore. It's great. So now, the way I look at it is for stretching is if you're deadlifting, squatting, whatever you're doing, a bit of mobility before and some warm-up sets is all you need.
Yeah.
Right? If you're doing deadlifts, some forward folds, get the hamstrings loosened up, then maybe take an empty bar, do something, try and get the hamstrings loaded and used to moving a little bit.
Warm up.
And get them engaged. You don't need to sit there for 20 minutes and foam roll and stretch, but just make sure that the range of motion that you need to be in, you're able to use without any blocking. Like, right, if you're struggling to touch the ground, well, pulling away from the ground is probably not going to be that great for you.
Yeah.
And I learned that
Yeah, I like my yoga classes. I'm going to be a yoga instructor very soon. Maybe any Pembroke people watching can come to my class. But yeah, this was very longer than expected. But these were some good questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching the replay, feel free to post questions in the comments, and we will respond to them at a later time. But thank you all for tuning in, and give me some hearts if you're on right now, if you like when Eric comes on live streams. Give me some hearts, give me some love, because I need to know if you want more of Eric, because we've only got a week left and then he's leaving. So no one's giving hearts, so no one wants Eric. They're just delayed. Give me some love, give me some hearts. If you like Eric, if you like Eric's perspective, I think it's really cool to have a guy's perspective when it comes to fitness and training, because he's not as obsessed with body image. He's not obsessed with calories. We're getting hearts. Good. Yay. Thank you for the love. But it's a mindset thing about being motivated, about being better, and about being stronger. Eric does not go into the gym. Yes, he loves to look good and be muscular. Of course he does. But Eric goes into the gym because he wants to feel strong and because he wants to better himself. And that's how we should all go into the gym no matter what workout we're doing. Boom.
The body image. That's the little bonus on the side. That's for your hard work at the end of the year. That's a Christmas bonus you get.
That's your Christmas
You
bonus.
get to eat some junk food and enjoy yourself and look good on the beach in the summer. You know what? That's not the goal. That's just what you get.
That's what it comes with it. But
don't focus on that.
Don't focus on it, because when you focus on it, it's not fun. Been there, done that. All right, so I'm going to link my group below. If you're not in it, feel free to join. Thank you guys so much for your comments and for listening, and I will see you guys in the next live stream.